How was let's yeah how was PAX?
How is PAX? I mean,
Yeah.
it depends. I mean, like, I enjoyed it because I got to meet a lot of my friends that I play like games online with. That was really cool. But like, the overall like PAX convention, I didn't really like. It's good for networking and seeing the people that you don't get to see every day, that you play with online. But like, I don't know, man. There's mad people there. I was going down the escalator with like Freakish and a couple It's K and Von there, and like, there was just like a sea of people, and I was like, oh shit, dude. Like, I can't handle this right now. Like, my anxiety just went like through the roof. And dude, there was like pockets of stink. Like, you would just walk around and it would just be stinky, and it would be like, what? Like, why is this happening? You know? And it was cool because like obviously it was sponsored or like one of their adverts, but Twitch teamed up with Old Spice and was giving out like body wash and like deodorant, which was like so funny to me because it's like they needed it because it was so stinky, man. Like, I hated it so much. Like, that's the only complaint I had.
I got to hand out lots of those Old Spice packages, and it was funny actually. I think we were kind of a big deal on Twitter because people would come up and snap their picture with us handing out the Old Spice, where it'd be moms coming up to us and saying, "Please give me some of that. I need that for my children. My children are here. They haven't bathed once." And so it was kind of hilarious, all the Old Spice. And we had so much of it. It was like palletfuls of Old Spice. Like, it was difficult giving as much away as we had. But we managed.
I'm pretty sure I came up to you to say what's up and like give you like a handshake, and then you handed me the deodorant, and I got like semi-offended that you did this, and I just like looked at you and shook my head, and I was like, no.
I wasn't trying to say you needed it.
I know, but
trying
it
to
was
be
just funny
polite.
because like you handed me like people. The best part about the Twitch booth there was like people were trying to like they were like going up to it thinking they were sneaky and like trying to like put the deodorant like in a bag, and like meanwhile, like you said, you guys had pallets of it, so like there was really no need for them to like sneakily try to steal the deodorant, you know?
Yeah. Well, it was a thing. Well, there was a pretty good Twitch presence there. What'd you think about Twitch's presence there, Chris?
It was cool. I mean, that was my first PAX I've ever been to, so like my opinions might be kind of harsh on it. But I thought that it was awesome, the booth placement they had. The thing I didn't really like was like the partner lounge area, and then like where the actual Twitch booth was, there was like a little hallway, and it was like the tiniest hallway that you could walk through. And obviously it's like the broadcaster alley or whatever, but the layout could have been like a lot different in my opinion, just the way that it was. I felt like it was too like claustrophobic in my opinion. What about you?
Yeah, well, the two booths were kind of nice because we had some, overfill. And it wasn't standing room only inside the booth, but it still could have been different, I'm sure.
Daniel, did you watch any like broadcasts or VODs or anything?
I watched the dropped frames one, of course. But other than that, I mean, I think I caught some VODs later on, but there was nothing that really caught my eye. I mean, it didn't feel as if to me. It never feels as if there's it's gonna fill the same gap that TwitchCon filled. We're constantly having like more in-depth panels, and
Right.
that's fine because it's not TwitchCon, right? So, but that's kind of what I want if I go to something like this. And
Gotcha.
I wouldn't go for the games. I mean, I am a gamer at heart, but in these days, I rather experience the game like at my own time and when I have time. And when I go to a convention, I want to be able to learn and get informed about things. That's kind of the reason why I would go to anything, and that's kind of also why it's not the main reason why I skipped PAX East, but definitely one of them.
Yeah, so like one thing I thought was weird, and this just might be because I don't know, I don't like to wait online for anything, but like I would like walk around and like go check out like the Nerd Fusion booth, I'd stop by the Twitch booth, go to like Origin, like a couple other places, and like I'd see the same people standing in line for like maybe like an hour or two just to play like 15 minutes of a video game. And to me, like, I don't know, I just have no interest in like doing that. I know a lot of people obviously do since they did it, but they would like break out their Game Boys and like they'd be waiting online to play a game while they're playing a game, whether they, I guess, playing with other people in the area or like whoever. But it just like amazed me because it's like, damn, like you come all the way to Boston from wherever you're from to just wait online for like 4 hours to play 15 minutes of a game, and it's like, I don't know, I just don't see like what the fun in that is. I don't know, maybe I just don't understand.
But did any of you catch the town hall?
Yeah, so I was there. It was cool. That was like the first time I've been to a town hall, so I'm not gonna lie, like I was a little excited. I thought that the announcements were cool. Like the friends beta, which recently started, was cool. I mean, I don't know how useful that's gonna be, just because like I use Discord or like Skype, so like I don't know if I would add people on Twitch as my friends list because I just have them on Discord already. I don't want it to be like, you know, it's kind of redundant in a way. What about you? Did you watch any of it? Did you like it?
I mean, let's talk about each thing. So let's talk about the friends thing. I like it. It's not bad. It's not something that I was hoping to happen. Actually didn't expect that to happen. I thought that, you know, with chat and whispers, it was, and even with following each other, and it was kind of fine as it was. But I mean, it's not a function that's not going to be used, I think, and it's also not a function that will be hated. I mean, again, as you said, Chris, I'm probably not going to use it. That's just me. You know, I have a tendency to, when I make friends outside of the channels, either be on subreddits or communities or other places even. Discord as well, and I personally haven't really experienced finding friends in the chat because I'm not someone who uses chat that much. I like to watch the content. I like to experience the content more so than chat. I pop into chat and check what's up with chat sometimes, but more than that, I'm not really active. Someone who watches, that's not really the way that I watch it. But I would assume for someone that does watch it through chat a lot and interact a lot with chat, and I've seen that a lot of times, I think that the friends function would probably be beneficial at that point. But to me, it just doesn't resonate that well.
Yeah, Mom, I know you're super popular, so do you use it?
So does everybody have friends? Because like, if there's anybody who's watching and they haven't had the invite yet for friends,
I think everyone pretty much has it, because like, I know all you needed was just to one person invite you.
Yeah. And that was kind of their, you know, viral marketing, so to speak. Kind of like how, you know, Google's done some of that in the past, where you'd have to get an invite from a current active user. But I think it spread so quickly because so many people know so many other people that by now pretty much everybody has an invite. But if you don't, for some reason, let me know. But yeah, it's I have a long list of friends, but the friends list itself doesn't really do anything by itself. So it just opens up whispers currently. And so you click on somebody's name, start having a conversation. It's just a faster way to get to the whispers functionality, which is fine. I use whispers quite a bit. I've started using whispers a bit on mobile as well. It's becoming a good messenger tool for other users. I don't know if it's quite there yet, but it's getting there. It's kind of nice to be able to use your official Twitch emotes in it, I guess. Maybe once, maybe once if they're adding anything else to it, it gets built out even more. It'll make more sense why that needed to be there. So, you know, we have several social features lately. We've got the feeds with reactions and friends and whispers. So clearly they're trying to encourage more social nature between users, and if a stream is online or not online, it doesn't matter. You have the ability to reach out and touch other Twitch users. So yeah, there's no harm in it. It's basically just an extension of the whispers. So there's not a downside. It's just building out what was already there.
Right? Yeah, and I'm wondering, kind of, like us three, for instance, we all work kind of behind the scenes, right? And I'm wondering, we already have our connections in other places. You know, we have Discord, we have Skype, we have, you know, email as well. So we can have that direct connection with a lot of streamers and a lot of other people behind the scenes. but that's not something that everyone else has, right? If you're in a chat and you're just a viewer, you don't have that connection. With this, you can kind of get that. Maybe not with the streamer, but with other people in chat. And I think this might be one of the instances where it is not made for us. It is made for the audience to be able to socialize better. What do you think about that?
Well, I mean, it also breaks down the barriers a bit, because with Discord or with some of these other ones, you'd have to either become a subscriber, which a lot of the Discord groups require you to be, or, you know, be followed back if someone doesn't have their whispers turned on to the general public or whatever else. Here, it doesn't matter who it is. There's like a quicker, direct route to other people that you see in chat. So, you know, I think there's just a lowering of the barrier for the average Joe.
I agree. I mean, like I said, I use Discord. It's just easier to pop in voice and be like, hey, what's up, dude? You know, what are you guys doing? Or how are you? And I don't know. I just don't see myself using friends list as much. Like you said, maybe others will, like other community members that like aren't that like do, you know, industry related things. But it's just my opinion.
So they announced a couple other things as well. They've renovated the creative directory Jumbotron.
Yeah.
So basically, they are encouraging people to set up communities and even custom communities around different items that are featured in the creative section. So, you know, here we see that some of the innovation again is led in that creative section, maybe for the rest of Twitch. And yeah, it's a nice visual feature. Some of the recent features have had better UI than some of the older features. I don't know if you've noticed that, but as they renovate each piece, the UI is dramatically updated. So hopefully that keeps going. Hopefully by the time that's done, Twitch will have a complete facelift almost, as it were.
Do you feel like they're testing it out on creative first to see what the reaction is and then slowly implement it at a time?
I don't know anything there. Like, I have no like insider information or anything else, but from past experience, it does seem like things are tried there first.
Yeah, and it's also a really smart thing to do, because you can kind of when you go into creative section, you kind of have subsections there as well. So you kind of have a micro version of the entire Twitch right there. You have all these, like, you have people that do this type of art and that type of art. So you're using hashtags to kind of weed that out to kind of create a subsections. And in that case, it kind of again becomes this kind of micro universe of Twitch. So and there's a lot. There's not as many viewers there as well. So you kind of have that small sample size where you can kind of start seeing things, and you can move faster whenever you have, you know, a small audience than when you have a big one, because drastic changes is going to affect more people. But when there's a small audience, it will still affect them, but it will not affect everyone at once. So I think that's a smart move by Twitch to do it in that way, if that's what they're doing.
Another feature that was announced was something that people have had for a while if they were grandfathered in for the 2+ years ago. Used to be when you were set up as a partner, you could offer no ads for your subscribers, and they took that feature away, and it's been highly requested, so basically they brought it back. The only thing that I would perhaps highlight about this is, one, I still think that Turbo is a valuable thing, because Turbo is still the best way to get no ads across Twitch. Plus, Turbo still pays people as if you still had an ad impression, you know, without the Turbo. But with this new option, the ad-free viewing for subs, you do take away an ad impression from the content maker. So that is why it's toggable. They can toggle it on and off as a broadcaster if they want to turn off ads for subs or not. So, I mean, they're probably making, I mean, I don't know exactly, but I don't know how much differences it would be. The number of subs you have versus the number of overall viewers versus the ad revenue that you would have gotten just for the subs. You know, I'm not sure how exactly what kind of finance difference that there would be there, but it is something that's configurable per broadcaster, and there doesn't really seem to be any downsides. Turbo is still a valuable thing to have, and now there's an extra perk if you don't have Turbo, but you are subscribed to some places.
Cool.
Yeah, I mean, I do Turbo every month. I don't subscribe to anybody. Not that not that I want to, but I just feel like Turbo is just a better, sensible thing, you know. For me, at least.
Yeah. No.
I couldn't go back anymore.
Was anything else announced at all?
At the town hall, that was like the most important part. The first 500 people got like a little gift bag with the pasta pin in it. That was cool. Actually, the question and answer section was pretty good. It wasn't cringy or anything, and people didn't ask stupid questions. There were actually really good questions that they asked. But they did a Q&A like after the town hall was over because it ran a little bit. So, but the one thing that they didn't do is they didn't record the VOD, which was like crazy to me because it's their town hall meeting at PAX East. Like, it's nowhere to be found. So luckily we were able to grab screenshots during the live cast that we used to like recap everything. But that was pretty much it.
That wasn't on purpose, by the way. That was just a goof.
Yeah, I figured, but it was kind of like,
it was on a
sucked.
Yeah, it was on a new channel that had never been configured before, and they didn't have any VODs enabled on that new channel.
But other than that, Tarfu took some cool pictures. His Flickr, I could post it if you didn't go to PAX East and want to see what it was like. He took some cool pictures of broadcasters and everybody like that. But yeah, overall I would say like 8 out of 10 because of the people and the stinkiness. But other than that, I had a lot of fun. I got to meet a lot of people that I've been talking to. Got to see Mob. I met Mob's wife. That was really awesome. And we watched UFC from an iPhone, which was like the best thing. I think that was one of my favorite part of like PAX. Was like hanging out at the.
That was crazy.
I forgot what part.
Like you were back there like screaming and shouting at your phone and dropping drinks.
Okay, dude. So like I was holding the phone and like I didn't like mean to drop the drink. Like I wasn't like super drunk or anything. Like I knew what was going on. And like the drink just fell out of my hand and it smashed and just everyone was looking at me. And then I went to go pick up the glass and everyone's like, "Don't do that. Well, why are you doing that?" And I'm like, "Yo, like I can pick up glass. Like I'm not like an idiot. Like I'm not hammered when I'm gonna cut myself." So like I don't know. That was pretty bad though when I dropped that. I felt really terrible. But that was also one of my favorite highlights of PAX, just because like we were just hovered around an iPhone and watching my cousin FaceTime me the actual fight. Anyways, so let's move on to
that was good times.
Yeah. It's Twitch news. We talked about ad-free subs. It's now available. So if you are a sub to anybody, you can, not watch ads. Kind of talked about that already, so we can move on. One thing I think that Daniel will like a lot because he is a designer is that Twitch partners can now launch Teespring campaigns with no color limits. So in the past, a lot of people have been complaining that there was a nine color limit. That's part of the reason why a lot of people went to Designed by Humans and a couple other places. But now that there's no color limits, I'm kind of excited to see what designs will come about. Yeah,
that's true. I mean, I think the merchandise space is kind of shifting at the moment. We're seeing better and better designs coming out that is actually things that people would want to wear every single day. Like for a long time, it was just kind of, maybe a catchphrase or some inside joke that could sell pretty well, but not really wearable outside of that. And as now it changes more towards just having good designs, opening up the space for different type of designs. The one thing, however, that I didn't see in the press release, and I tried to research this before the show, was if you still could do the old way, still do the screen printing instead of, because the reason why they can now do 10 colors or more is because it went digital. So now the whole printing is digital, which isn't as nice. It just doesn't. It just isn't. I can't really say it isn't because I don't know what technique they use exactly. I don't know what machine they have, so it might be still pretty good. But in general, I mean, screen printing is always gonna.
You know what we should do?
What?
or maybe this would be a Streamer News article. We should order shirts from each one of the current vendors, and then do like an in-depth quality test and analysis.
I can tell you, Twitch will be on the bottom.
Pricing. It's not Twitch. You mean Teespring?
Teespring.
Yes, Teespring. Well, then again, it's up to the broadcaster the quality of T-shirts that they pick. So like, if you go with a cheaper T-shirt like Next Level, it's going to be lower cost, and they'll probably make more money on the back end.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, I've ordered Design by Humans. I like their T-shirt quality. I also ordered Teespring's actual Teespring T-shirt that a broadcaster did, and their Teespring quality T-shirts are great quality. So I don't know why Twitch broadcasters don't use Teespring T-shirts. You know, like why wouldn't they use Teespring if that's who's like making their campaigns?
I don't know, man.
You know, I see Twinge in here. I have a Twinge shirt, although I can't remember where I got it.
You have a Twinge shirt? I don't even have a Twinge shirt.
I have a Twinge shirt, dude.
Wow.
And so I don't know where you got those, but it's a pretty nice quality.
Okay.
I mean, you know me, Mob. Like I'm a stickler when it comes to.
You're all about the swag.
Because, I don't know. I grew up like in that industry, you know, and just like I know the amount of money and the margins broadcasters can make off this, and if they're not doing it right, then they shouldn't be doing it at all.
Yeah, and I think we talked.
What do you think about people? What do you think about people making their own without using any of these companies? Do you think there's any ability to make money at that at all, or do you think they should just not bother?
I mean, so like someone like Lyric should just have his own thing and have someone that can just do his own merchandise for him, like someone that he pays as like his own community person that just focuses on merch. Depending on the size of the broadcaster, like, you know, you have to think he's pretty much cutting out the middleman if he does it himself, which means he'll make more gross profit based upon what he orders. But if you're like a medium-sized broadcaster, sometimes it's better to have, you know, that backing of a Teespring or like a Design by Humans or a TeePublic. But then again, like look at his previous campaign. He did it on DBH Gaming. It was limited edition campaign for 2 weeks. I think he sold like 2,600 shirts. His last shirt that had the Twitch on the right sleeve sold 6,000. So it's kind of like it goes back to the reference. Does the Twitch on the right sleeve make a big difference? I don't know. The numbers don't lie, so I'm gonna say yes, it does.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we talked about this on the show before, or we talked it on the show we never broadcasted, perhaps, about...
We've talked about it here a couple of times.
We have, okay, good. Because it felt familiar. But yeah, I think that, you know, just having the ability to just have your own store, even if it's a sponsored store or whatever it might be, I mean, that's a step in the right direction. I think that taking that big leap, you know, to just have your very, very own thing, your own platform, build your own platform. Building your own platform is extremely expensive, right? It's not free to build your own platform. It's going to cost you quite a lot, probably. But if you do that, you need to understand that there's a future there, right? You're not building just for that first campaign. If you think that you're gonna make back the money on your first campaign on your own platform, probably not gonna happen. But it's kind of an investment for the future, for your third and fifth and 10th campaign that you run. Because now, as Chris said, you're cutting out the middleman. You're going to make that money back a lot faster. But
it also means you've got to have a person that's going to the post office and mailing packages.
Nah, see, you don't.
And
because
then you got to deal with returns.
Is priority mail, UPS pickup, and they pick up from wherever you are. So, like, let's say you're
you got to deal with returns, and you got to deal with what if you get a bad batch, and you got to deal with setup fees, and you got to deal with. Anyways, there's a little bit of headache in exchange, so there's got to be a certain amount of revenue that you expect to make before it's worth switching off of the other available options.
I mean, I'd be interested to see what the splits are for like someone who has like a Design by Human store, just like, you know.
Because I mean, you can get T-shirts printed for like $5-6 a piece. They're probably not super high quality threads, but I mean, margins comparatively could be there, especially if you were dealing with hundreds or thousands.
Right, and like Design by Human started doing hats recently, and they're charging $32 for a hat, and I was like,
that's a lot of money for a hat.
Expensive, man. A little expensive.
But
How are they compared to like the hat? How much did you pay for the hat you're wearing right now? Just out of morbid curiosity.
Let's see, a starter blank hat will probably go for about $7, and then the embroidery about another $8. So you're, you know,
So
yeah, I guess that's on
15,
point. I mean, I would do hats for like 28, and not make the 50% markup, just because you're gonna wear a hat a lot more than you're gonna wear a t-shirt, because it's more common just to put a hat on than it is to put the same t-shirt on every day, you know.
Yeah.
But then it also depends. Like I made a
What's
bunch of new
what's the
errors.
most popular thing after T-shirts? Do you think that somebody could sell? Like after T-shirt, which I think would be the most popular, and hoodies probably count those out too. What's like the third?
posters, I would say actually.
Yeah,
It
but
could
posters,
become
you can't take that with you. Like, you need something that's like tangible, that I can be like, yo, I'm gonna go run to the grocery store real quick. Let me put this on because my hair is all crazy looking, and then I'll just put, like, I would say a hat or a beanie would be the third best accessory
Really?
to sell. Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe a
maybe.
keychain. It depends. Like it. I know, like, people.
I have an exclusive Streamer News keychain that I use every day. I just want everybody to know that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but you use your keys, so it's like you're gonna attach it to it, or you're gonna attach it to some type of key because you use key. Everybody uses keys every day. I mean, usually when I don't have to do my hair, I'll just put a hat on, just because it's easy.
No, but I actually think posters could be a thing. I mean, again, we're moving more towards better and better designs. You know, hopefully we'll see better and better designed posters then as well. I mean, you can have there's more creative freedom in a poster than in a hat. For instance, you have very limited space if you want to keep the cost down, right? With a poster, you don't really have that. So you could, you know, increase the margin quite rapidly depending on the design, depending on the if it's a limited run as well. You know, you're a bit. I believe you're a bit more flexible when you're dealing with posters more so than any other merchandise out there right now.
So Shang has made a good point. Pins, like how like Twitch does.
You know,
pins.
at conventions, pins were great for like handing out. You know, just to advertise yourself, like a step above a business card. And then like the little rubber bracelets, those were pretty good. Those were fairly popular too. So the pens and the rubber bracelets.
Like, the metal pins like Twitch makes and hands out, like I priced them. I was gonna make some for East, but because of Chinese New Year, all the factories closed, so I couldn't get them done in time. They're not expensive to do. For like I think it was 2-color die cut, it was like $189 for 100 pins. So, I mean, that's not expensive to me for the value that you can give out to people.
Yeah.
I did a slightly different thing for somebody at East. So I designed little stickers. They were about like so big. Maybe you saw them on some of the people there, Chris, because they said McLocan touched my butt.
Yes, I did see that, and I was curious. I saw that when I was waiting for the Twitch town hall, and I was like, where did they get this? I'm like, who made these? And I was like, this is pretty funny.
So he had like 12 sheets of them printed. I designed it, and he had like them custom printed and rush shipped to him because he did it at kind of the last minute. He thought about getting the really big stickers, but decided to go for the small ones to hand out more of them. And he handed out hundreds of the stickers along with the associated butt touching, and with consent, of course. And his lawyer is here in the chat, and his lawyer was very concerned that it was all, you know, above the age of 18 and consensual. So his lawyer was very very clear on that. But they were massively successful. Like, I thought it was a great little marketing thing.
Yes.
People wanted to have those little stickers. They were great.
I
They
saw
were
them
kind of
everywhere.
Unusual. Yeah.
I was like, how do I get one?
And I think that's a great thing. That's something that I've been talking about since TwitchCon. You know, I didn't really know what to expect there, but one thing that did appear everywhere was business cards. Like everywhere you looked, every table, you know, there was spread out business cards from every type of streamer and company you could imagine. But the things that I kept are the things that I could like actually use. keychains, bracelets, things that I actually kept them, right? And that's what kind of, if you're a streamer, right? If you're giving me a business card, I mean, there's a 99% chance I'm gonna throw it away, because it's just paper, and I don't really care about paper that much. If it's not something that I can actually use or care about, or something I can see value in, I'm not gonna
Wait,
care.
will you throw away the business cards people give you?
Yeah. Well, like,
What?
listen,
You don't email them when you get back and be like, "Hey, man, it was nice to meet you." Blah 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 blah.
No.
Like,
no, because if
You're doing it wrong.
no, listen.
yeah. What do you mean you throw
No.
away the business cards, bro? Like that's
No.
that's so
I don't
mean.
know. I got a box sitting on my shelf that has like
I'm
every
never
business
giving you a
card
card.
I've ever
Oh,
got at
yeah.
a convention.
Listen, if someone
It's
said,
like my
Bro.
directory.
Look, I got them right
I
on
need
my
to
desk. This
digitize
is just
them,
from
but-
East of just like people that I've emailed
Yeah.
to say, "Hey, like, you know, thanks for giving me your card. Like, nice to meet you. Good to talk to you." You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know.
I know what you're saying, but here's the thing. Like, if I actually cared about them, I would email them anyway. I would put it in my freaking phone. Like, that's the thing. I don't need a freaking business card. You know, I have a cell phone. I can type in your email here. Just do that, and I send you email, because I actually
Everybody,
care about
don't
you
waste your business cards. Don't hand them to Daniel.
don't.
He hates
Please.
business cards.
Yeah, I actually do. Please don't, because I'm just gonna throw them away. This is paper. It doesn't really matter, right? If
Damn, you're a
it's
savage, bro.
yeah, of course. I mean, like, listen, I just I care about value. I'm probably not gonna do stickers. I'm gonna go different space for TwitchCon probably, but you know, I always want to give value, right? And that's always gonna resonate better with people. People who actually care about it, and that's always going to allow you to win. You know.
All right. So what are you giving at TwitchCon then?
I don't know yet. Something. But
If
I'd
you
rather
hand me a
give.
business card, I'm gonna be pissed at you. I'm gonna be like, bro, remember May 9th you said that you throw away everyone's business cards? You just handed me a freaking business card. It better be something sick that I'd be like, oh, I'm gonna use this forever.
Yeah. If I'm handing a business card, for instance, it's gonna be the best business card you're ever gonna see. You're gonna be like, damn, he spent money on this
Daniel.
business card, right? then you're gonna remember that business card. You're gonna be like, wow, this is embroidered with gold and shit, and you're gonna like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna keep this
Yo,
just for that.
I'm expecting a gold business card now. That shit better be bling bling when I see it, you know?
But that's the thing, you know, you want people to remember you, and you're not really gonna remember a business card. You're gonna remember the person that you talked to and the conversation that you had with them, not the business card. So if people just go around handing out business card, it's not gonna give you anything. I think that's a good. I think that's just. You can create a conversation around it. I tried when at TwitchCon. I tried to create. I just picked out a business card and I emailed them. I tweeted at them and told them to come and meet me, because that was a more interesting way to get to know someone. Because I didn't care about the business card. I wanted to get to know them, and it also became this kind of fun game between me and a couple of my friends that was there to kind of like not harass, but kind of just get them to come and talk to us, and it was a lot more fun that way.
I hear you. So did you throw away my business card I gave you at TwitchCon?
I did.
You're the worst.
I
Anyways, talking about TwitchCon, they launched a ticket referral program. So if you have friends that are going to TwitchCon, you can send them your referral link. I believe how many people is it? Let me look real quick. 10 friends, you get your ticket for free. 5 friends, you get it for 50% refund. 3 friends, 25% refund. So it's kind of cool that they're offering some type of, you know, referral program. If, you know, your funds are low and you still want to go, you can refer 10 friends and hey, you get a free trip there.
Yeah, I like it too. I think it's smart. No, it's what it is. I mean, I have my link up. You know, I know I said last time I wasn't sure about going, but I did buy the tickets. It was kind of like an impulse buy because I don't have any place to live and I don't have any way to get there. But hey, you know, sometimes you just gotta do it sometimes, right?
Yeah, I mean the early bird prices weren't that much different than like what's it called, like the regular price. I think it was like a $10 difference, I believe.
Maybe, yeah.
Something like that. But yeah, I think that's cool that they're doing that this year.
By the way, you guys totally missed me showing off part of my card collection, and I have many more cards too. Part of my business.
Yeah, I actually
collection.
looked for Daniel's card so I could rip it right now in the middle of the broadcast, but I couldn't find it. So
I get so many business cards. But you know.
So this one that I'm holding up right now is actually from the Hunter Wild, who's part of our party team, and it's wood. It's a wooden card.
Yeah.
It's cedar, and it smells so nice, and I really like it.
Yeah, I would have kept that. I would have kept that just for because it's a cool card to have, right? it's kind of the thing that you're talking about, the stickers thing.
I want to probably would have burned it and then threw it in the trash. What are you talking about? You hate business cards.
I like that business card. That's a cool business card, though.
This one would have burned better than all the rest of them too.
I can use it like if I ever go out camping. I can just throw it in the fire. It's cool. You know, it helped me.
I'm never gonna.
Business cards are something that we need to encourage people to do, not discourage.
I agree.
Anyways, but I wish I had a way to digitize them and get them out of my way, because over time they just build up too much. But other than that, business cards are a good idea. But yes, I'm glad you're coming to TwitchCon, even though you told us you weren't going to be there. Are you going to be on any panels? Did you submit any today?
No, I didn't submit anyone, but there are 2 people submitting for me, so that's always nice. I don't have to do any work. Yeah.
What are they about?
I have no idea. Actually, I know. I'm not. The thing is that you never know, what's going to happen with them. One is what I can say is one is about kind of the future of Twitch, in a way, from a monetary perspective, and kind of like building a community around that. So that might be interesting. I'm not 100% sure. Another one is kind of a behind the scenes type of thing. People who work with streamers, who isn't streamers but work with streamers, and that's something that I would really want to get behind and get going with. So I mean, hopefully both of them comes through. That will always be nice. That's nice. But yeah, hopefully I hope.
Bobby,
that'll make your trip cheaper, right? If you're a panelist, I think you get a different kind of pass.
Okay, but I mean, I've already paid for my other pass, so I mean.
Yeah, I guess you
Giveaway,
won't get a refund.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm associated with a few different panels. I guess 4 panels that have been submitted. I might be speaking on 2 or 3 of them. So. Yeah, panels for all different types of things. We've got panels about how to monetize your stream. These are just submissions, by the way, not things that are approved or definitely happening. One about moderators, one about one about the gender study, and
are you working the Twitch booth?
No, I think it's up to me if I want to sign up to do that. But if I try to do that, plus all these panels. Plus, we're trying to do special events for the party team thing that we're doing. So with all of that stuff combined, I'm always way too busy anyways, and signing up to work at East was kind of difficult with all the other things I had to do. So there's only so much of me to go around. Yeah, I slept fine, but I didn't socialize as much as some people.
Right. I hear you. That's cool. I hope your panels get accepted so I can watch them and make faces at you in the crowd when you look at me.
It's like the shotgun approach. You submit 4 of them, and then if one of them gets approved, then that's okay.
That's cool.
But yeah, there's a ton of people submitting a ton of panels. I mean, even though this is a 3-day thing, one of the days is partially or mostly like the partner and developer specific track stuff happening early on the day on the first day.
Yeah,
so it's kind of like,
I think.
Yeah, it's kind of like 2.5 days.
Yeah, I'll be getting in Thursday, so I'm gonna be having fun Thursday night.
Yeah, part of my job there at PAX East too was kind of trying to get people to sign up for more information about TwitchCon, and so many people are excited for this TwitchCon. The location and the costs are somewhat reasonable to stay in the area, and I mean, comparatively to San Francisco, anyways.
Yeah, it's so much cheaper. Like a couple $100 cheaper.
Yeah. people are excited about this one. I think it's going to be big. I think it's going to be nice. I'm really looking forward to it. Honestly, PAX East for me was just kind of a precursor to TwitchCon. There's no way it's going to be as good as TwitchCon is going to be this year. TwitchCon is going to be great.
Did you notice that they didn't sell party tickets when the tickets went live a couple weeks ago?
Yeah, they specifically mentioned that there would be a party, but the party was for industry people to meet with partners.
Gotcha.
It wasn't an open access party. So there's at least one party confirmed, but not the party that everybody is wanting to have confirmed. They didn't say that there would not be one. They did say that they're still working out the details or something of that nature. So if there's going to be another big deadmau type general party, which I don't know if there will be or not, but that hasn't been confirmed yet.
Yeah, that party was fun last year.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It was very memorable.
Yeah, I know people were like confused because they weren't sure at East if like the Twitch party was open or if it was invite only, and I don't know. There's mass confusion outside, and then all of a sudden, when they're like, if you don't have a wristband, everybody like go over here, and everyone just got out of the line and then just walked towards like the other entrance of where they had to go, and there was no line anymore. So I know people were like a little pissed that they couldn't get like their girlfriends in or boyfriends in, and I don't know. Hopefully that doesn't happen again, where it's like a mess of a time for everybody, you know.
Well, the main thing I want to emphasize to anybody who's still thinking of submitting a panel, and by the way, you can just submit an idea for a panel. It doesn't have to be totally formed out. But today is the last day for that.
Yep.
So if you don't do it today, it's not going to happen, and so sorry, Bob.
All right.
Anything else?
Yeah, so the Twitch subreddit, which I love going to, been making some changes, which I think was needed. It's a good source if you just want some questions answered, but at the same time, there could be some very redundant topics and can be sometimes annoying going on there reading what people write, because I mean it is Reddit after all. They pretty much created a Google form and asked the community what they thought and what changes they want to see, and you can go to the thread that I'll post in chat, or if Matt's gonna do it, I don't know. Probably Matt's gonna do it, and then there they laid out all the things that they're changing. Monthly community Q&As, monthly collaboration mega threads, AMAs, current events, official subreddit stuff. They launched a Twitter, so if you do not follow their Twitter, it's at Twitch subreddit. You can follow it there. New flares, Twitch experience, bug reports, resolved flares, and they updated some of the rules. So check that out if you're not a frequent Twitch subreddit viewer. I like to go on it every day and read to see what's happening in the community. So yeah, give it a follow. It's a really good source of information if you love Twitch.
Yeah, I mean, I like it too. I visit it quite often. Respond when I have time. But it's, as you said, sometimes the topics are a bit, I mean, even the posts in general are a bit, you know, they're not the best all the time, but it's to be expected.
But there's always like one that's like good, and then there'll be like over 100-something comments. I'm like, okay, cool. Like, I'm glad this post got recognition, because like they did one recently. It was like share your battle station with like the Twitch subreddit, and I thought that was like the coolest thing, because you know there's so many other broadcasters out there besides like the ones that you know we watch every day and the ones that we follow. That like, hey man, like you got a clean setup, like you give them props, and like I like seeing stuff like that, because it's always like people see us on the screen, but like what do you see when like in front of me, you know? So it was cool to see that.
So one thing that I kind of dislike about it sometimes is when you go into certain threads, and there is threads that kind of that they kind of really ask for a lot of help, and you see a lot of people just come in there and be like trying to help, and you know that you know their heart is in the right place, but they just don't know enough, so they kind of have these very strange ideas about how to promote yourself, and you know maybe they heard a streamer say this somewhere, and they kind of, you know, the whole telephone game type of thing where they kind of changed some wordings around, and then it ends up being something completely different, and then that in turn is being taken in as good information because it's right there. It's get upvoted because you know it sounds like a simple solution when really isn't to certain problems, and that sometimes is a bit annoying to see. I when I see it, I try to respond, but I mean sometimes it's just I just I mean that's the one thing I don't really like about it, that so much misinformation is out there, and I would hope that they were a bit more, shaking up on the source, instead of just people rambling on about things that they probably don't know enough about, just because that can be very dangerous.
Yeah, I think that's like one of the rules that they're changing. If you look at the rules section, like they're trying to clean that up, just because yeah, it's a Twitch subreddit, but like a lot of the things were, like you said, where people were just talking about things they thought they knew, and some of the advice was good and some of the advice was trash, and there was just too much mixed in, too many blurred lines. So hopefully that changes in the near future, as far as what's the truth and what's not, or what's the best advice and what isn't.
Yeah.
But I usually just ask Moblord. He tells me.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of noise, but at the same time, a lot of the people who could write something better are probably wanting to not give it away for free necessarily.
Right.
Or they're so busy, because they are a good source of information.
Yeah.
They're so busy doing other jobs where they're actually putting that to work to go on here and volunteer their time. So people who go on here and volunteer their time to give correct answers, my hat is off to them. I should do it more. I wish I had more time to devote to it, because it's really such a thankless sort of thing, because you get beat up on all sides on Reddit. That's just kind of the way that it works. And the people who have tough skin and have the right information and don't mind answering the same questions over and over and over again, because there is a ton of repetitiveness on the subreddit. People who go in there and give up their free time to answer questions in a professional and courteous way. I definitely have a special place in my heart for those volunteers, and I wish there was more of them.
I agree. I love the subreddit, man. Like I said, I go there every day. It's one of my favorite bookmarks to look at.
Yeah, same here. Yeah, whatever. We're talking because we're talking. For those of you tuning in right now, we're talking about we're searching our own names, being very vain about things. But it's really interesting to see how different when you search for specific things, because that's kind of one of the go-to ways, right, where you find channels. And in this case, we're searching for Twitch news, and I'm seeing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 channels. This is just channels on Twitch that are ranked higher than streamer news at this moment. But again, that's where I'm at. So that's interesting. That's really interesting.
Yeah, I never really Google myself.
Yeah, don't do it too often. You go blind.
How many times do you Google yourself?
Wow.
Yeah. Are we live? Are we live now?
Yes, we're live.
Okay, cool. That was a good conversation. Okay, what were we talking about? We were talking about Telly, right?
Yeah, so we're talking about how he launched a store, Rocket Line, and TeePublic. I was just saying it was interesting how other broadcasters are going down different avenues. We kind of touched upon it before, cost factor, doing what you should do your own, you should do it with third party, you should do it with somebody else. I'm interested to see what Rocket Line and TeePublic come up with, just because it's something new. I know Elohim did something with TeePublic a while ago, but that kind of fizzled out after he did his first campaign.
So, I know a little bit about the TeePublic stuff, but one of the things I like about TeePublic is if you look and see their drop down on style, you've got not only a V-neck option, you've got a tri-blend option. Those are some of the nicest. Those are some of the nicest quality shirts.
I see.
I realize that.
Interesting. Yeah, they kind of seem to focus more on the design than the t-shirt itself.
The margins are better than Teespring as well for the broadcast.
Okay. And I would imagine doing this type of deal would be even better. I mean,
damn, tri-blend's $29.
Yeah, but it's worth it.
The regular one's $20.
Yeah, the regular one's $20 unless it's on sale. They routinely drop sale prices on these. And if they drop sale prices, they can be cheaper even. But the average Teespring is, I think, 21. I think it starts at 21.
Do you buy a lot of broadcaster merchandise?
I mean, I have probably about 20 shirts overall. But I'm not the highest buyer of them for sure, but I have quite a few.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I feel like I buy a lot of t-shirts from Twitch Store. I want to try. Maybe I'll try this tri-blend and let you know what it's like. I don't know. I like this stuff. I like to know. Like.
By the way, I just have to sell out for a minute. Is that okay? I'm holding up.
It's 100% fine.
I'm holding up my PS4 controller that came in the mail today from Designed by Humans, who totally is not bribing me to say good things about Designed by Humans. I won this fair and square, not bribed at all, and that's all. So I'm now a member of the current console generation.
So you're a console pleb now.
Console pleb.
Whatever you wanted. So that's what matters.
Sold
it's
out,
cool
boys.
Something like that. I wish I
It was
PS4.
random, I promise. No rigged in the chat. No rigged.
That's cool. What are you gonna play?
Probably some Destiny.
Wow.
Yeah, and some Last of Us and Uncharted and some of the other games I've missed.
So all right, let's just finish the last topic. Then I want to ask you guys what you guys have been playing. Discord reopened their partnership program. The partner lounge was pretty cool at PAX East. You get a cool hoodie and a bunch of other perks if you're a large broadcaster or have a large community. You can apply by going to the website. If you do not have a Discord partnership, you should try to apply just because you get better voice, better support, and their planned test build servers are pretty cool because you get to try out all the new features before they actually drop and kind of give feedback to the engineers and devs about what you think and show your overall thought of it. I don't know. We have a partnered server for Discord that we've been working on to release to public soon. But yeah, it's cool. I don't know. I'm on a bunch of other Discords too. Sometimes I can't really tell the difference.
You hear something about the new features that are coming to Discord soon?
Which ones?
You got the one-on-one voice chat coming, and the group private message things coming. Maybe some search functionality coming.
I mean, that'd be cool.
Part of the deal that I've got right now with Discord is I'm part of, I don't know, I've lost track. I scroll forever now on my list of Discords. I'm not trying to say how popular I am. There's so much noise that I can't find. It's not fans. I don't even talk in most of these. I just signed up because I'm, subscribed and connected automatically or something.
I actually left a bunch because no one talked in them.
Yeah, that's a problem that some of them have too. It was really cool for a while, and the novelty sort of wore off, and now it's being treated just like any other chat thing. And there's a new one too, by the way. You guys use Curse at all? It's really being pushed hard by some broadcasters who were probably paid to push it kind of hard too.
They're absolutely paid to push it. Come on now.
Yeah. But apart from that, what do you think of the Curse client as compared to Discord? Because obviously it's meant to. The way that it looks the way that it functions. It's obviously we know who their competition is.
Whatever to me. So I don't have any feelings about it.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's going to come down to the features, right? If they can do things better than Discord, there might be a switch. I don't know, maybe.
I mean, their features are pretty good. If you've used it, the features are pretty good.
So, they used to have, a functioning website, and then they just ditched it all to just do this messaging service, is what it looks like?
Well, their main website, they still have all the Wikipedia stuff.
Yeah, but they had the actual. The last time I went on Curse.
Well, this is not their first attempt at a messaging gamer thing platform. They had a previous one, and I think they've quietly killed off or hidden their previous one. I'm not sure, But
what do you think of it, Mob?
I think it's actually pretty full featured. But the thing is,
Do you currently use it?
I mean, but I mean, it's one of a million different messaging platforms on my computer. Okay, so to check this out, I mean, this is what you have to put up with if you're trying to be well connected in the Twitch world, right? You've got to have Skype, because all these business contacts pretty much have Skype on it. So you've got Skype running. In my case, I have like a work Skype and like a gaming Skype, so I have like 2 instances of Skype running. And then you got Google Hangouts, because that's where most of your text messages go if you do that stuff. Plus, I have group and private conversations with real life friends, back and forth, because it's like backwards compatible with text messages, basically. And then I've got 40 plus groups on Discord, and then I've got like 20 plus groups on Slack, right? And then I run HipChat, and Curse is like on top of it. Plus you've got Twitter and Twitter DMs, and then you've got Twitch itself, because you've got the messaging and the whispers, both, right?
Dude, I don't know how you keep up.
Well, I mean, I don't think I'm a unique case there. I think that's a lot of people's dilemma. And here we thought that, with Discord and then like with several other solutions, we're just going to have one solution that fixes everything, right? Just going to be one place that all my friends are off. I can uninstall Skype. And that isn't exactly true at all. And I'm really getting tired of messaging apps, I guess. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, because you're part of like 1800.
Well, the notifications just go off endlessly. Like, there's like, I had to mute all of them because it's like music playing. There's so many like notifications going on. You can't, like, every single Discord group that I'm a part of, I've muted the everyone's and the here, notification, because
everyone's were so annoying. I just left the ones that just kept doing that.
Yeah, and most people haven't learned how to lock it down to just moderators or broadcasters or whatever. And so anyone has the ability to ping everyone. And you should not have the ability to ping hundreds of people on a whim for whatever silly reason. So, I don't know, just my own personal rant. I don't know how I'm going to fix it. I guess I could become a hermit.
Cut off everybody and be like, yo, this is where you can find me.
I feel exactly the same way as what Twinge just said. If I could just use Slack, and I basically only do use Slack for the important group conversations. Slack is where the important stuff happens. I mean, okay, I said group. I wasn't... That's not a slam.
I know. I never used Slack before. I'm going to check it out later tonight after the podcast.
It's good for groups. It's good for important team. If you need to keep track of documents, you need to be able to search things, you need to have any kind of integration.
We just started using Trello for like
shared work board, like a to-do list or what?
We just made one of those for our team here at Streamer News.
That's smart.
Yeah. It's a good when we'll have weekly like staff meeting or whatever, and it's just good that everyone could just all the features that Trello has. Like I used to use Asana, and then Backblat actually put me onto Trello, and it was like, oh man, like this is actually a lot better, a lot easier to use.
Yeah, I've used Trello. It's pretty nice. There's other ones that have more features, but Trello is pretty basic and simple and easy to use.
I might check that
out. Some of them kind of merge into some of the like mind mapping stuff. Are you familiar with that as a concept? In addition to like the planning and like to-do list and deadlines and that stuff, they go into like mind mapping. I don't know. Some people use that.
I just need basic functions. Like, Trello just fits my needs for now.
Yeah. Well, anyways, Discord has a good presence. They had another great presence in showing at PAX East. They're organizing a panel at TwitchCon that sounds great. They're going to have I'm sure, a huge presence at PAX West and at TwitchCon. Everybody loves the hoodies. I think I made this observation, and maybe you can confirm it, Chris. I saw more Discord hoodies at PAX East and I saw official Twitch hoodies.
Yep, I agree with that.
Which, from coming from nothing, like not on the scene at all, to suddenly everybody's got a Discord hoodie and Discord business cards. I saw quite a few of those as well. That's pretty impressive.
They have a lot of partnered broadcasters. Like,
Yeah.
a lot. I would say at least over 150.
I have no idea how many. I'm sure it's more than that. But
I would say at least over 150.
they're really becoming well adopted. I don't know if that means that they've won, but maybe there is no such thing as winning because they're still not collecting revenue, right? They don't have a path to making this viable financially still, right? So,
but I think they recently were invested in.
that's not the same thing as revenue.
I know. But clearly there's going to be something down the line where it has to be subscription based. Different tiers for different size communities, maybe. I don't know. I'm interested to see what the revenue plan is because, like you said, they have to make money eventually.
Yeah. And how are they going to do that? Are they going to sell us all out now? I don't know. I'm just being a worst case theorist. But anyways, yeah, we're a little bit over our time. Does anybody have any other stories they'd like to cover?
Not really. Do you guys play Overwatch? Because I kind of like that game now.
Yeah, so tomorrow it's the last day of the open beta, right?
Yeah, I played maybe like 10 games, maybe. And I played like alone, and I was just like, dude, this sucks. And then I played with a couple friends, and then I was like, wow,
it's so much better with friends. It's so much better with friends. It's not even the same game. Once you're all on a team and you're communicating over voice chat, and you've learned what a good team makeup is, and you've learned how to cover each other's backs a little bit, and all that stuff, it's a night and day different experience as far as on how much you'll enjoy it. If you just queue up solo, you're going to have such a hit and miss experience that you might get kind of salty. But do you think that it's worth $40, which is how much you're going to buy if you want to keep playing it after tomorrow?
I mean, if you're going to play with a group of people, I would say, yeah, 100%.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people thought that game was going to be free to play. A lot of people thought that it's going to be like some of the other MOBAs, which they thought it was kind of going to be sort of modeled after MOBA free-to-play stuff where you would unlock heroes and skins and maps with paid money. But they didn't go that way. They went with you pay a price, you get everything unlocked. And some people really liked that. They were appreciative, and other people thought there was going to be less overall players because it wasn't free like Team Fortress 2 is free, I believe.
Right. Yeah, I mean, if they make money off skins, like a bunch of people I play with, like they love skins, and I just don't care about the skins. I'll just use the regular guns. Like I was playing CS:GO the other night, and I had like the default knife, and this dude was like, "Oh, like nice knife, bro," and I was like, "Okay, like, who cares, you know?"
Yeah.
I don't understand why you're like saying something about like my knife because it's the default one. Like, sorry, I don't have like.
Well, it doesn't change anything in the actual.
Yeah, it doesn't
game.
make you better, you know. But whatever, man. Skins are just I don't know. I don't understand how people
skins
spend
are an
money on
entire like economy and theory and everything else by themselves. Like the whole world of CS:GO skins and CS:GO gambling and everything else so much overshadows the actual gameplay in the game itself. Valve has pioneered that back channel revenue off of their games, which is another topic for another day. But I like Overwatch, and I did pre-order it. I got it on Amazon. If you're an Amazon Prime person, I'll just say this as a PSA, and you pre-order games, you get like an automatic 20% discount, I believe, for the physical copy at least, of pre-ordering games on Amazon Prime. So always check Amazon Prime if you're planning on pre-ordering, which some people say don't pre-order, but if you are going to pre-order, use Amazon Prime. We are not sponsored by Amazon Prime. I'm just telling you.
Dude, now I feel like an idiot because I just bought it off the Battle.net client.
Yeah, you just wasted like $12.
And I had Prime. And I have the Best Buy, like Gamers Club too, so I probably could have got it from there as well.
You're just fleshing money, dude.
I know, I'm struggling right now.
So yeah, Overwatch is great. I've also been playing a little bit of The Division, and that game is full of exploiters and hackers.
Dude, that game is so repetitive. It was cool for the first like campaign, and then I got to 30. I'm like, all right, I'm done.
I'm at 30, but now I'm working on my gear score because there's certain things that unlock once you have your gear score higher. So now I'm trying to grind out that, and I'm very timidly going into the dark zone. I'm getting picked off by
what's
rogues.
A sick game? Super Hot.
Yeah,
Super Hot.
I love that game.
Me too.
That's probably one of my favorite games that I've played this year so far.
I like it too.
It's a good game. It's unique.
Yeah.
It was on sale at G2A for like $13, and I was like, oh, I wanted to play this, and I bought it, and I've been having a blast with it.
I think it really shines when it comes down to the challenges after you're done with the main game.
Yeah.
That's when it really comes out. And I also been playing Enter the Gungeon a lot.
You play games?
Okay. Yeah, I play games. I mean, they're not...
But you didn't have time, bro. You're so busy.
Because
you didn't have any games.
Enter the
you didn't
Gungeon
play
is...
games.
Enter the Gungeon is nice because you can
Is
just...
Enter the Gungeon on PS4?
No, I haven't. Maybe. But, I mean, it's so... You can just jump in for like 15, 20 minutes and that's it. You can just submit. That means I can work for maybe an hour or two and then just jump into a game to relax a little bit and then back at working again. It's that type of game for me. It's easy to jump in and then jump out. Same with Super Hot. Just jump in, jump out. Do
Super
one
Hot's
level.
so sick, dude.
Yeah, but that's the type of games that I like. But I don't need to really sit down and spend more than maybe a couple of hours. I mean, I don't want to spend an hour. I just want to spend a couple of 20 minutes or something like that on a game.
Yeah. Well, for me, I can do that with Overwatch. Just pop in a couple rounds. Rounds takes about 20 minutes. All right. Well, I guess that's all the time that we have for today. Anybody have any shout-outs that they need to make?
No, I'm just kidding. Not really. Just it's good to be back. I feel like took too long of a time off. I know you're sick and everything, but I like to have these conversations. I feel like it re-inspires me to want to do more work.
Yeah, that's nice. I like it. I mean, it's good to be back, and you should go to blog.livespace.se and just saying and read my latest article on merchandise, which we talked about today. So that was great.
Here we go.
It worked out great, and I'm talking about scarcity. I'm talking about how you should discount.
We're like playing right to his strengths, Chris. We gotta do better.
I know. We already know Daniel's the sellout of the group, so it's okay. I think even Chad has embraced it.
Yeah. I wanted to give a shout out to my friend Jessie Quill, who just sent me a big list of codes for my PS4 for games. Just out of the goodness of her heart, she sent me a big list of games.
She's the best. I love Jessie.
So now I've got games to play on my PS4. So props to her.
Yeah, Jessie's awesome. But nah, like shout outs. It's probably just everyone I met at East. I met Freakish for the first time. That was cool. Vonder, It's K. It was like cool meeting the people that I like spend so much time with playing games with. It's like I don't know. I really enjoyed that a lot. Meeting them in real life.
Yep. Also. A little bit of a shout out to my streaming team, The Party, which we had a presence at PAX. We had a stream together, and we had some meals and meetings together, and had a signing, and played some games together from the Intel booth. And we plan on a bunch of more stuff coming up. We've got some stuff built in to panel submission stuff at TwitchCon as a team, and we've got a bunch of cool plans working. And
speaking of that, I gotta send you an interview.
Oh yeah, we did that, didn't we?
Things just got kind of lost in transition after East, but we'll talk about that off topic.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess that's all for me, guys.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in. It's good to have everyone back in chat.
Yep.
So we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Bye.
Bye.